Eloah. Good evening, my beloveds. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with you this evening in this way. I would have you to know that this is a bright, shining circle of light, and there are many, many others joining you from this side of the veil. As you come together on these Wednesday nights, there seems to be more interest all the time. And as your interest grows, you attract more from this side of the veil. As you bring your questions, you bring your shining auras and your interest, then those who are on this side see this and they come to learn too. Those who did not have an opportunity to learn while they were in the physical, the things that you are learning here. I would like to talk tonight about caring. Yes, I care. Can you say this? Can you say this about everyone on this planet? Can you say this about everyone in the universe? If you can, then you are saying it to yourself. Because in true reality, my beloveds, we are one in life. There is indeed but one life in the whole universe. And you and I are different expressions of this one life. And when we care for each other, we care for ourselves. When you go about your busy days, take time to think about smiling at someone, even a stranger. You never know when a smile will turn someone from their negative thoughts and destructive thoughts to, well, maybe someone does care about me, and give them the inspiration to move in the direction of the light. There are many, many on your plane who are lonely and feel that no one cares for them, for they have distanced themselves from their families and their friends. And I tell you this, for it is important for you to know at this time. So many on your plane are taking drugs to kill the pain that they have within themselves, to numb them from the thoughts and feelings that they have that no one cares, that no one loves them, that they are unable to love others. And this is the real cause of your epidemic that you've called it on your planet, especially in your country and in the countries of Europe. As you think about these things, think about sending love daily to all those who are lonely, to all those who feel that they are separated from the planet, from the world, and from all others. For there are many, and there are some in this circle who have had those feelings at times. Not recently maybe, but in this lifetime, you have had those feelings at times. It is important that we shine our light as much as we can. For my dear ones, you are light bearers unto the world. And as you realize this and bring about the light of understanding through helping those who are alone, who are wandering in dimness and darkness, helping them to know that someone really does care. It may be a stranger, or it may be one of your best friends. And sometimes people hide their thoughts from you to not let you see how they feel. It is interesting that some of your countries are sending students and exchange students and people and groups of people to learn about your country, and our country going to learn about their country. This is drawing the planet into a close-knit group that will soon be one planet and no countries. It will be one world, as it truly is already, but in the mind of the people of this planet, there will be one. There will be no boundaries, my dear ones. The boundaries will go down. And when people turn loose of their fear, turn loose of making war, and understand the true reality of life is divine love and light of understanding, then their souls can be healed. And you can do so much in this area on other dimensions. Your knowing how to send love is important. There are times that we have talked about this, and some new people have gone away without the article on sending love. Remind Donald to give this out, or put it in a place where those who would like can pick it up. It is very important. It is very powerful. And you who have been using it know its power. When you can know that all you need to do to be a channel is to be willing. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter how many mistakes that you've made in the past. All that matters is this moment, right now. And if you're willing to be an open channel, then God's love can flow through you in great abundance to the whole planet, to everyone on the planet, to everyone in the universe, because it is all powerful and all wise, and it knows what to do. But there are times when individuals need physical demonstration of someone who cares. And this week I would like for you to consider this and think of the people that you come in contact with daily, and also the people that you might meet for the first time. When you can give them a genuine smile and shake their hand, or in close circles such as this, give them a hug, and let them know genuinely that you do care. You see how much easier it would be for this whole plane if everyone would let everyone else know that they care. It would eliminate all the fears. It would definitely eliminate the wars, and in time it would eliminate all illnesses. There will come a time in your new age, my beloveds, when you will need no police force, no armies, no hospitals, or doctors. Because, my dear one, you are moving into a higher consciousness every day on this planet. This planet is raising its vibrations every day, as I have told you many times. And as you move in to this new age, all these things can be eliminated. Think of the resources then that you will have, and the time that you will have to bring about constructive things, instead of spending so much of your time in making money to by arms. Think of the time that you will have feeling good instead of feeling drugged out or depressed or tired. All so many things that have to do with your understanding of the laws of life and your thought pattern. As you raise your consciousness, you raise your vibratory rate on all dimensions of yourself. And as you tune in to that higher part of yourself and allow that God being to come forward into your life, then you eliminate the physical disease. You eliminate hostility within yourself, and you attract those who are not hostile. You attract those that are like you. And this spreads, my dear one. There is a question in one of Donald's classes. Love, joy, and peace are contagious, and so are hate, fear, and whatever, and the negative. And so if we can eliminate these fears, if we can eliminate the negative thoughts, and practice, give your earnest, full self into re-educating your mind, and especially your subconscious mind, into thinking only positive thoughts, only loving thoughts, and taking time throughout the day to send love, to send God's love, because, my dear ones, let me remind you that as God's love goes through you to help others and to help many other things, it automatically helps you, and it raises your vibration. It brings about a higher consciousness. And as you give, so shall you receive. Not just the measure that you're given, but you will receive multiplied many times. This is the law of life. Well, you've planted a grain of corn, and it is tended correctly. You get many grains of corn when you harvest, do you not? And you see, as you send out thoughts of love and beauty and joy, and as you express love and joy and beauty to those around you in an outward way, then you get it returned. But then you're down on yourself, and you feel ill about yourself, and not sure of this or that. Then you put those kind of vibrations into the ethers, and those around you may not want to be around you, and they may not know why consciously, but on a subconscious and unconscious level, it is because that you're putting out those kind of feelings. And so it is wise for you to be aware of what you are putting out into the ether. It is wise to really care first for yourself. Care enough to be the divine being that you are, to demonstrate it in the world and within your own mind. You first have to start within yourself of demonstrating your thoughts and your feelings, and then it is automatic that you demonstrate it outwardly. And what you give, you receive many times over. This is the joy that passeth understanding, the joy of giving loving vibration into the ether, the joy of giving love to yourself, of feeling divine love within the center of your being, and then let it flow out from you. This brings peace of mind and physical relaxation and it brings a higher state of consciousness. It brings about a greater understanding of life, a greater understanding of your spouse. And when you have this, then it is much easier to understand others around you. Life is such a beautiful thing when you allow it to be. And on your plane, you have the choice to allow yourself to be fearful or to be loving. And it is that simple, my dear one. You have been programmed for many lifetimes, some of you, to be fearful, to be negative, to worry, to be anxious. You don't have to hold on to this. You have within the center of your being the power of God. And when you bring this forth and allow it to be used within yourself, changing the vibrations of your mind and of your body and of all dimensions of your being, then can you give much, much more to the world. Because when you constantly feel good about yourself, you're always feeling good about life. Life in general, the whole of life. Life and God are synonymous. And life loves you very much. God loves you with a love so great that you could not begin to comprehend with your physical mind. But you can learn to tune into this love and have a greater understanding of it every day, to allow it to become a part of your consciousness and to allow it to be expressed outwardly. You are a bright, shining circle, a beautiful soul. Would you care to ask questions or seeking?
Perhaps, if I could clarify, is that if we find ourselves in a place where we have a low self-image or feel that nobody cares about us, examining by showing love or care for others, we will come out of that feeling or tend to receive a knowing that we are loved.
Yeah, it would help. This is a good prescription, but also it is very important to go within yourself and realize that the love that God has for you, to remember that God is the life force that you are. He dwells within you, and He loves you with this love so great, you cannot begin to comprehend it with your physical mind. And when you meditate on this and realize it, then it is much easier to demonstrate love to others around you. And I do not mean for you to go out preaching it on the street corners or anything like this, but just when the opportunity presents itself. When you pass someone on the street or you're walking in the park, do you look down at the ground? Or do you smile and say good morning, good afternoon? There's a lot of difference. Some people stare at the ground and walk on because they don't want to be bothered. They are afraid they may get into something that they can't handle. But when you genuinely look them in the eye and smile and say good day to you, there are many countries where this is an open thing and fear is also rampant. And there are many countries where it is. Does this help your understanding?
Did I invite you?
Are there other questions this evening?
You feel that expressing God and sending them on you could keep raising the deal better. I mean, with that, realistic view.
Yeah. As you asked the question, speak a little louder. The question was sending love and helping to heal the earth. Is this your question?
Yes, I wanted to know. It's sending Rod to be, send me be directly responsible to healing the earth, or are there other things that we need to do?
Well, you can send love directly to the earth. The earth, the planet Earth, is an entity just as you are. It is a child of God. And there may come a time in your sojourn in eternity that you may play the role of being a planet, being the life force of a planet. To some of you, this is foreign to your thinking. But you see, Mother Earth has given us everything physical that we need. It has mothered us, and we have polluted it and done many things that has harmed it. And it is good to send love to the planet and to the spirit of the planet every day, and send love into the situations where it is being polluted. Send love to help solve these circumstances, to bring about different answers so that we can have a clean energy. My dear ones, there is a clean energy waiting for someone to bring it into your physical plane. There is a clean energy that is so simple and can be used by everyone on the planet with very little cost in your monetary system. And it will not pollute your planet or your air or anything. This is around the corner and will soon come in to the understanding of your scientists and the ones who are working in this area. Send love into this coming down into our physical understanding. There are many, many things that you can send God's love to, and there are many things that you can help in the whole universe, not just your planet, my dear one. Remember, you are a child of life, and life is prolific throughout the whole universe. Life is everywhere present, and life is another word for the Spirit of God. It's everywhere present. Are there other questions this evening?
I have another question.
Yes.
Is there any kind of sending us lies and love you would do constant to anything? I've heard that there are situations in what would you do Jonathan?
No, this is untrue. Everything in the whole universe is created out of the substance of God's love. And so, how could the life itself be harmful to anyone or anything? Would you try to explain what was given to you about this?
Well, I used to get 30 minutes in intern, and I would try that someone says that this send is life in some peaceful, maybe without sending, asking for it, or without them being ready to assume that they could burn clouds in their lives if they're not ready to feel the upset. It didn't make much sense to me, but I thought of that.
This brings up the understanding of free will. You see, my dear one, God has given everyone the freedom of choice to be whatever they want to be. For example, even Hitler was given the freedom to do the things that he did, and all the other ruthless leaders and dictators down through the ages. But you see, when you extend love to someone, or light to someone, it does not mean that they receive it automatically. If they are not open for it, they do not receive it. It stays in their aura for a time. And if then they open for it, maybe it would stay in their aura for 3 days to a week for your time frame and your thinking. And if they open in that time, then it will come in and help them. But if they're not open for it, it will never reach them. Does this help your understanding?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Love and divine light cannot harm anyone. There are times when individuals are reaching for love and light and for growth. And there are times when they hurry a little more rapidly than they can keep up with themselves in trying to reach a higher goal in their spiritual growth than they have a foundation for. And so they fall back at times. And this is discouraging to them because they do not understand what has happened. And this is why, with your teacher Donald's program, he insists that you start at the beginning and build a foundation strong and solid, and then you get into the higher classes of understanding. Then you have something to stand upon. You have something solid that will hold you up. And you can take the higher understanding and digest it into your consciousness and assimilate it into your understanding so that it makes sense. But it is like one who is working with electricity who does not have the understanding of electricity, and they may get shocked. And when one tries to move too rapidly without the foundation, they can fall back for a while. No one is ever truly harmed, but they may just be disappointed, and so they may give up for a while until they have a greater understanding, learn to build their foundation strong and solid, and then stand upon the foundation that they have and reach for a higher understanding. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
It is good that you ask questions. It is good that you express what is in your mind so that it can be explained, and then everyone benefits from this. We have been in the council meeting on this side of the veil. We have something like you might call a board meeting, and we get together and discuss the different groups. There are many groups around the world, such as this, that come together to have greater understanding. And the idea of putting these lessons into booklets has come from the council meeting, and it is being brought into physical manifestation, not quite yet, but it is being worked on now. And as these little booklets go out to those who may not have had an understanding of certain things. This is another way of communicating, of helping those who are in the dimness or darkness, or who are just in a rut of being placed with and satisfied with their day-to-day living. There are many, many ways that light and love can be brought to your planet. And as you open up your consciousness, new ideas can come into your mind. And if you ask us for help, the help is always here. There is a way to accomplish anything and everything, and we will help you to do this, but you must ask because of your free will. We cannot invade your free will any more than God can. He is giving you this free will, and if you insist on struggling just from the physical plane to accomplish things, then you are marking time. But if you raise your consciousness and work from the highest level down and let the understanding come from this side of the veil and from these higher realms of love and light, we can be of great help to you. But you must remember to take a little time each day to be still and to listen, to send love into the communication between you and us. And you may not hear anything at that time, but as you go through your busy day, you may get an idea here and there. And if you write it down on paper, and if you care to be an instrument for God to use to bring new things into the world, there are many, many things yet to come on your planet that have not been conceived in the minds of men or women. Are there other questions this evening?
I'm troubled with, where I got myself taken to imitation that sending God love and light. I can release that into God's questioning that, say as you're in practice and someone on step two, rather than to give real up that you send love to that and release that to God. I get questioning if you send God's love and light to someone just because you love them, that has to be easy designed for.
Well, you see, my dear one, when we from the physical plane try to accomplish things just from the physical plane, we're using the 2% power. And you see, the other 98% lies within. And when you send love or ask God for help for someone and then release it to God, that means turn loose of any concern or thought about it, then God can help to bring about the best good of all concerned. It may not be the answer that you think should be, but it will be the answer for the soul's growth of that individual and all others around them. And in traffic, when you're sending love and releasing these things to God, always remember that God is the power behind everything. God is the life force that runs the automobile. God is the life force that brings the electricity into your homes. He is the life force in your homes, and He is the life force within each of you. And so, whenever you give your free will back to God, then you are allowing God to manifest through you in a very powerful way. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand that, but I get that it was with that it is sending God's light and love to someone, not because they have that feel picture of them.
Yeah.
Do you release that as it? I mean, that all.
Yeah. It would be well. You see, it is a difference between God, I want to do it. Let me do it. Or knowing that other 98% lies within, and by releasing it, that 98% of power can be brought into action. And so you have so much more to give by releasing. It is confusing because from your physical plane, we think of doing everything from a physical point of view, and we try to solve our problems just from a physical point of view. But nothing is ever accomplished just from the physical plane. Everything comes from above down or from within out, as you've been taught. That's the order of life. It comes from the highest source, that is God, down through the many dimensions, and then to your physical plane. And when you see a need, or even if you just love someone, and you want to send love to them, send God's love to them and release them to God. And let God do His magic, His beautiful work that He can do. Does this help your understanding?
Yes, that's interesting.
Are there other questions this evening? There's been much light generated, and when we say light, we mean understanding as well. Light generated in this circle this evening. And as you come to this circle of light, you automatically are saturated with divine love and light. Just by sitting here, whether you say anything or not, it matters not, because you have come in one accord. You have come because you came to learn, to grow, to have a better understanding. And when you come in one accord, then the power is multiplied as many times as there are individuals in the circle. And that is a great power. And you, as a circle of beings, wield a great power. And when you are sitting at home in your meditation, or when you are sending love, if you can think of sitting in this circle, then you see you multiply that power many times as there are individuals in the circle, because there is no such thing as time or space. And just by thinking, using your inner image, the magic genie within you, the imagination, and seeing yourself in this circle, puts you in this circle, and gives you the power of the circle instead of just the power of the one entity that you are. Is this understandable? It is a little confusing to some of you, but think on it, and think about using the power of the group, because it is so much more when you come together in one accord. Just by being in this circle this evening, you have projected the power of God's love and light to the whole universe, and have not even thought of doing it, but you are doing it just by being here in this circle. and being at one with each other. Are there other questions this evening? It is a delight to us to come to you who are reaching for more understanding, who are moving on the path of light, for there are so many on your plane who are not. Remember to send them love every day, and to send yourself love, and use this powerful tool that you have of being a channel for God's love to flow through. My dear ones, you are love, and when you understand this and accept it as true, then your love sending is much more powerful. You are loved by many, many that you know not of consciously from this side of the veil. And remember this, to send love to all the invisibles around you many times through the day, your teachers and your guides, to your friends that you've known for eons of time, to those who have been relatives who have made the transition to this level, and many, many others who would help you. There are many who are eager to help you because, you see, you are making the effort, and you are demonstrating the Father's will on this plane. God bless you, and good evening. Can we hold hands?
Bye.
Our extinct of coming together in the physical of the hand and in spirit. Let us think as we're bringing the higher vibration from the higher point of spirit. Use it to full, and let it be filled up and multiplied many times. Feel the power that is generating now as it goes around with people. Let it fill this in, set out over the city, and cover this planet. Then let it sow out as a whole universe. Know that God's love is the essence of life, is the substance of all life. Let us send God's love ahead of her, into her speech, into every thought, word, and deed, into every situation, every encounter. As you go seamlessly, remember that God's love is there waiting for you to step into the next moment. And know, when you remember its sermon, it makes everything easier, brighter, and more beautiful. God can fill it.
Edgar, you don't forget to pass out the feet. On anyway, then the Bible, telling him about that eat, that's somewhere. Fortunately, mind this. And as the more in prime, there, he's testing them out. They went, you smiled at me, the waiting way and gaining weight your way along the street. We may not meet again another day, and yet I swear the very air was filled with knowing. My heart grew lighter, my spirit straddled, because he smiled at me. Isn't that mine? Don't know. I liked it though. Somebody. I wished it had been by me. I guess it was, reader.
There.
You were a part of it. And you
Well, I made a trip today to the lady who's making cover for our little booklets.
Great.
And I think it's the right one. We're making booklets of all these channelings, and maybe 2 or 3. Have you got 2 or 3 together yet?
I can.
Yeah. And
I can use laughing 40.
Alina and doing. If anybody else wants to help, all you need to do is you tell.
That's a
I think someone else is doing.
What class did you start out?
Yeah, that's why I've been intending to ask you, what class do we have? Okay.
Going to last year.
Done. Like, it's not in any order. It was like, oh, that's like the good one. Let's do that one. And kind of just,
Well, firstly,
It was an idea. We put it out with her, and it kept growing, and it was become a reality.
I think the very first one to know, man, eat it on everything selves, and trying to explain
How the journaling
how our
worked.
families work. I had it right, the one that used it for press, and maybe, yeah. But it was it on it. And he did it on, he told us how so saying, gee,
Is it G? I was going to add to that because
yeah,
I put keeper in paint,
but it goes on.
but when you wrote it somewhere, I noticed it's like Okay, start for it.
You guys should do one.
Yeah, Julian. Get on.
That's how we
He's our doorkeeper. He's the one that holds the door.
see, tell
Nothing exactly that, but
but he should sticking. More like that. No, not. Yeah, Dylan was like to mirror the lady in the one hit you.
well,
I've been sending love to her.
and then it's what number was that pay? Get your sites together and let us know what number it was.
I don't know, I'm more to pay boring or what. And it take many weeks to rewrite all of it.
I don't know. Wouldn't hurt though.
Just they out you do that.
have those two lightning come back see the legal wall?
Which one? Did they speak?
One was see and the other that was singing.
I think everybody identifies themselves listening to each other.
You know what the lady might wouldn't go soon.
You remember when you remember that too? Then you remember when that was as it just
Yeah, man, Dan.
Is be like,
what? But whatever it was, reflecting in it, it's the tire weather clad.
Really look them over if we can. By the way, I don't have if they're the 14 and 87, I don't have the 12. So you might think that it makes me a copy out of 13 and 14.
Yeah, sure.
I misplaced for a chuck there. We're doing a lot of new things here lately. And one of the things we're going to do is have a mountain retreat in June. Beach meet. That'll be limited safe, so first come, first served.
June and night?
9th, 10th, and 11th. Yeah, it might pace me.
What is planned then, the program for that?
Well, Afronet has a Metatations Festival. Has anybody been to one of those? Have you been to one? Yeah, it's possible. I haven't given one in a couple of years, I don't think. It's a one-day thing. And in the past, I gave it on Saturday. I think they have 8 or 9 different ones. And I saw it. Let's do the one on the light. It was interesting. But there's a lot of other things into it too. Like taking the hike and then buying and hugging trees.
Houses, and
And
Yeah.
I don't know about a hot thing after.
Yeah.
put it out and
Oh, really? The barn?
It's clothing off.
London.
Oh, clothing off. Oh, yeah.
Looking so embarrassful.
it's a well, I want to go to we're chasing this out today.
I believe the one as a bronze and the prophet on, well, really beautiful.
So it's modest spirit based, but it goes against the eyes, the unclean.
Uh-huh.
That's so good.
Yeah, earlier. And it was only 16 when he wrote it. But it can't be whatever.
Some people bring more of their memory with them and when it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll be having, we're going to put out a mail out for the 1st of April. Going to have a lot of good things in it. One of the things will be Phenomenal Day. All-day Saturday thing. How many have been to one of those? In one? Yeah, relevant. But there's a lot of new people that haven't, and it's open to everyone, but it's real far out for age regression tape, and we have people on tape that takes us on a galactic tour, and then Fran will come and do her thing the last thing of the day. He goes into trance and answers questions.
You know that cake he had on the young doctor that had an album that you kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That featured all the cut a guidepost that it's a kill.
Or them? Uh-huh. Well, it was written up a long time ago, many years ago, shortly after it happened. And I forgot the lady's name who wrote it up, but he says in the tape, but it's been written up again recently.
I'd definitely be a reprint. I would give him let's carefully for his spin this and so on. I mean, by the doctors that where things have to get him to get on the and if he hasn't done enough to get him.
He was doing the medical stuff.
But he got enough in the army and he's having pneumonia and he died and he sends for Arba.
Oh, for a couple of weeks, I think.
Well, they forgot they did 3 times.
Yeah.
But it was just a thing if it had on body and
He remembered it all.
he remembered it all. It's me. There are many of the undefined phrase service to the symbol that's top 3 weeks of the one.
Thank you for selling out there for a lot more,
Did he cook it?
Yo, I started me that I did you dance me at. I class.
It would try to find the points.
I saw a movie last Tuesday that with quite a section I saw it. It's called The Seven Behind. And everything.
Some time ago, yeah.
The beginning of that movie, the sort see the mother stayed the baby died, the turned out. And it's so meaningful. It reminded me of the book Time and Spacey. And the ending of that book. And I would recommend that. Ending the series. It's from a video store, yeah.
It's 7 son.
It's set in time.
Great.
It's great. It's actually a big great myth. Another one called Made in Heaven, that he's writing 16 about reincarnating, and it's about mostly about relationships and how you can go through life with them. That's the common like it's, but it's how you can go through life and it's just a simple and it's not quite the right person because your vibrations are not quite the same, and then the person that is posting it because it's spinning or it's predestined. It's sort of the side, very intimate.
Somebody of the other side, it's about 10. I wouldn't even know in part of it. Okay. I tell you, Mr. To these Christians as they're moving somewhere and stuff.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. It's not favorite. You haven't seen it, be sure to get it free. It's certainly
But to a place.
it's a love story. He made it right.
When did his detail? Pretty affected.
It's the moment that came.
And just take
With Made in Heaven, it talks about concepts that emit.
Oh, they all do very.
Yes, I thought it was really sweet, and it could get the guys with the card, the guy named Elmo, and he smoked cigarettes or kind of like the devil in a way, but he based a lot of fun and characters to him. And he says, yeah, you're in charge of it, and he has a really interesting way of doing it, and make real hair over the dice, and he's really tricky. He's funny. Wonderful. Really. So that's the other head, and Emma and Pine is comparable. Yeah, it's
And very funny. Really.
when
I'll treat it my public running, but I'll take it or trump out of it. I see it.
yeah,
Get the idea.
yeah.
Cutting it on myself. Have you got it from? I think I'm not sure in our crop phrase.
He
What is?
What's in the video? I'll get it for him.
after they are very scared, and on Mother Night, then that it really taking his time.
Huh?
The beginning.
They're fine?
It will go off.
They're at all annoying it and then there were two survive time that when they are hearing it with earlier. They want to just like the equipment dynamic, just a interpretive in your one. I don't know whether they had an ant.
Yeah, like the whole,
Reckoning saying I do. Yeah, I don't know. Then yelled it. Well, there was quite a legal outlet. In the back or but it made one. It other than that, I heard that other than that, I know. But it's it's just it's a thing like I run my turn and because it isn't the keeper and I'll not set them or I don't know what they. I was the boldest day in this style.
Is that of another divinity in that common day?
they,
Yes. But how hang that has I thought
the metaphysical movie.
I thought it has very the metaphysical implications. Instead of those telling him, I looked at everything that what is some of them I couldn't do wrong. So I thought that these steps and it says and
You meet the ending progress and then
it's been possible.
So Ella made a statement a long time ago that the masters are working through the writers and the movie maker to raise the consequence of the love of the masters. Of course, there are those who are going the other direction too. With the horror movie thing.
Movies that's something that they're really achieve. Still, only being there. To me, we'll see a second back in the good toys when after very got eating a chance to call sack down. Through the soul in that will be Shirley Slane's so pictures 3D friendly to your card. He died.
Yeah, that's right. And
he got affected after he died at by
he talks about it. They wasn't afraid of death after that time.
That to be says the enemy hides. I think.
What command again? Being there. Yeah. Well, we're just learning all kinds of things from mine, aren't we?
If that's it, I mean, Disney's thing, and it's plenty.
Yeah.
But you mean,
But he doesn't seem to be as if all on tape, so
Yeah.
I'm able to play it in, remember to write down the movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's all in class? But stick around as long as you want to.
You're all hard, you ever see that?